Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to build wealth from nothing. Let's get right into it. So if you're over there watching this video and you don't have any money or any wealth, there are a few paths you can go down. The most common ones are to work for someone else or start your own thing. And with starting your own thing, it breaks down into raising money and possibly giving away a percentage of your business, or using less money, growing slower, and using a lot of your own labor, at least initially, and owning all of it. Either way, there are a lot of different things you'll need to examine and go through in order to build wealth. First money, then assets. The more assets you have that grow, the more wealth you will accumulate. So basically, building wealth and everything, it's more of a long game. When you hear these get-rich-quick schemes and whatever it entails, it doesn't usually work so well in the long run because it's all about getting customers. The most valuable thing typically, and I'm sure you'll hear about it a lot, are email lists. Why? Because email lists are a group of customers or potential customers. So some people use lead magnets, things you can give away for free to get people's emails. And then after you get their emails, then you can slowly get them to try to buy something from you. And then after they buy something, then you have customers. So let's say you have 1 million people who have bought some stuff and you have an email list of 1 million people. You're supposed to make about $1 per month of revenue on that. So you'll get about $1 million in revenue a month. Now, depending on your profit margin, you know, there's a lot of variables. So but long story short, it's all about customers. All about customers. How many customers do you have? And how much money do they averagely give you every year or every month or through every time period? A lot of people are on subscription. Sometimes it's a great model, and sometimes people just aren't on subscription. So it really depends on what product you're selling. Reusable products that people will continue to need are obviously really good. So that's how you bring money in, through having your own business. And then after you have money, you can either grow your business, or you can diversify into other things. Some people sometimes take a little bit risk out of their business because it's very risky to start a business. So in order to diversify, they'll take money out and maybe invest in some real estate, commercial, or the one you live in, either or. So the only downfall about getting your own real estate is sometimes you have to get a lot of money and you park your money into that place where you could grow your business. So it's all about risk allocation and, you know, what you're willing to park your money into and how well you're able to, or how much you want to get diversified. Some people put their money in stocks, get 10% in the S&P at 500 or about that, and just keep putting money into that and let it build up over decades. Everybody's different. So it really depends on your risk tolerance and where you want to go. Now, if you're working for somebody else, I don't really know. I'm not the best person to tell you when you're working for somebody else. So you probably want to work at some, I don't really know. I started my own thing. I don't really work. I mean, we all work for somebody, but if you're really working at a company and you're not the owner, I probably am not the best person to advise you on what to do. But obviously you want to get up into the very, very high ranking positions to where you're making a lot of money. I have some friends that make like a ton of money at some big companies in San Diego. They're C-suite executives at multi-billion-dollar companies that are on the stock market. They make many millions of dollars per year. So it can be done. You just it took them a long time and it's not really your own thing. But once you at least get that money, you can at least get assets and grow your wealth from there. So one thing you don't want to do is when you come into a lot of money, you don't want to get assets that depreciate in value, such as exotic cars. Now, exotic cars do appreciate sometimes, but realistically, they still take maintenance and they're not exactly the best investment all the time. So you want to kind of, don't blow money that you can't afford to blow. You only usually, once you get to a place where the amount of money that you're blowing on any asset or something that's not really increasing in value, it has to be so minimal of an amount of your total net worth that you don't notice it. So that's why you can use it for leisure. So there are a lot of people out there. Some of the best and smartest people out there that are billionaires will also say, don't let your lifestyle outlive your income. A lot of people, when they come into money, I'm guilty of it as well, take their money when they first come into it and they invest in lifestyle items. Not a very good investment, not as good as real estate or anything else. So you want to typically get those assets that are more lifestyle and leisurely once it's such a small amount of your net worth that you won't notice it. So you want to keep reinvesting in things that work for your business if you're going through a business and get more customers, more products, anything that can generate more revenue, make more profit, and then you take some of that. If you want, you can take some of that off the table. But some people go really, really, really big, and they just keep putting in money and growing their business really big. So you can do it a lot of different ways. But either way, how to get wealth from nothing is you just start small. It's like that you take the first step, and then the next step leads to the next step leads to the next step. Before you know it, you got $300. Before you know it, you got $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, maybe $100,000 eventually. And then who knows, you keep going, you get to $1 million. After a while, 2 million, after a while, 3, 4, 5, 10, maybe $100 million if you keep going for decades. Or some people get there really quick. Some people never get there. Everybody's different. But if you keep going along, nothing like time will increase your net worth from your asset appreciation over time. So interesting story. I have some small amount of real estate, not too much, but a listing just got listed right next to some other one that I owned. And just because that listing went up $150,000 from where it was last time, if it sells, my real estate will go up almost maybe $130,000 in value just from the one next door selling. Just like that, boom, $130,000 that my net worth goes up just because of that one event. And that happens a lot. Just like an event will happen, something will happen, and then boop, net worth goes up, boop, net worth goes up. It goes like this, boop, 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 boop. It goes down, goes up, down, up, down. And then over time, they balance out and it kind of just goes up like that. So don't blow your money. Don't throw it away on stupid stuff. Keep going forward. And depending on what you do in order to get the money in, whether, like I said, it's work for somebody or you start your own thing. If you just try to get 1% better every single day, try to learn things from other people who are better than you, who have more money than you, it'll be easier. Everything will just keep compounding over weeks, months, years, decades, and you'll meet new people and you'll just continue to learn and get better. So you just got to start small. If you're starting from nothing, like I said, I started from nothing. I had $0. So I remember the first day I made $10,000. It was like the craziest day ever. And that's not as crazy now for me, but you know, looking back, it was just, I just tried and just made a product and just kept, I just tried every day, like as hard as I could, trying to learn everything. And you know, things happen. So you got to have a lot of faith. You got to believe. There's a sign behind me that says believe. So just believe that you can do it, that you can get to where you want to be. If you work at it every day and you have like milestone goals, you know, like you're just trying to, okay, I just try to get here after a little while, or I try to get here. You don't try to get to your end destination all at once. It's just too difficult. So, you know, reward yourself every time you hit a little milestone, you know. If you're trying to get to first 100 grand in net worth and you get 10, 20 grand, you know, celebrate, do some sort of celebration, reward yourself, not too much, but do something to pat yourself on the back. So anyway, that's about it. That's all I can think of. Don't squander money, continue to learn, continue to get better, continue to try to just pick people's brains of people that are smarter. There's a person that lives in my building, top floor, apparently has done very, very, very well, sold his company for a very, very large amount. So over 9 figures. And so he has a very, very large net worth, nicest unit in the whole building. And he was nice enough to go to coffee with me, and I talk to him sometimes, and he tells me what he did. And, you know, I'm lucky enough to be around somebody who probably has around, you know, 9-figure net worth or so, or close to it. So don't be afraid to just ask people if you're in the vicinity, to ask them like, hey, can I have coffee or something of the sort? Anything. Ask them, ask people just try to do anything you can to just be around people who are better. Just by being around them, it will shape your identity in your mind and make you think differently, because you're like, well, if this person did it, they're telling me what they did. Well, if I just do this, then I should end up possibly pretty close to where they are in a given amount of time if I do it. And, you know, unless things have changed so much drastically, like in the amount of time that they did it, But sometimes there's still some examples that still stay. Sometimes things really do change a lot. But anyway, that's about it. If you like this video at all, please like it, subscribe. If you have something to say, please give it a comment. And my new book coming out about money and finding your dream girl. You can find the link in the description and pick up a copy. Let everybody know if you liked it. And thanks. See you later. Bye.